Good afternoon and happy Virgin Islands Freedom Week. This week is indeed one of historical significance to us Virgin Islanders. It is one of somber reflection for the atrocities suffered by our ancestors, one of pride for the bravery, resilience, and achievements for what they faced and were able to overcome, and of course, one of celebration for the freedoms we enjoy today because of their sacrifices. We commemorate those sacrifices and celebrate those achievements each year. And today, we are here to make a special announcement as next year we will celebrate 175 years since that consequential day down in Freedom City, Frederickstead. Joining me for this afternoon's announcement is former Senator Carol Burke, who is the bill sponsor of the act to name Emancipation Drive in Frederickstead, and a member of the 150th Emancipation Committee that was convened in 1998. And of course, the Governor of the Virgin Islands of the United States, the Honorable Albert Bryan, Jr. So without further delay, I will turn over today's program to former Senator Burke. Senator Burke.
Good afternoon, Governor Bryan, and members of the 175th Emancipation Commemoration Committee. Good afternoon to the listening and viewing audience. Today is a great day. Indeed, we are humbled as having the trust of Governor Bryan to represent the people of the United States Virgin Islands in celebrating our freedom since 1848. In this celebration, we will deliberate to honor those who walked these streets, struggled, and sacrificed to ensure that the liberties we enjoy today will not be taken away. We understand the significance of the Keepers of the Flames as referenced in the executive order. Standing before you today is a descendant of Anna Heegard, whose mother, Susanna Utendale, was related to my great-grandfather, Samuel Utendale. We are all proud of our lineages and our future bonds. In our honor of our emancipation, from time to time, the Virgin Islands government hosts a year of celebration, and the 175th commemoration is similarly special. We have already met and have begun organizing and developing plans to include cultural, educational, the arts, and music, and so much more. We will engage the entire community and especially highlight Frederickstead, Christiansted, Charlotte Amalie, Water Island, and Cruz Bay. However, the first thing that we will do is to host a reception in honor of the Keepers of the Flames posthumously. There are currently 40 names attached to this designation, and the committee will complete the roll call with 175 names. Those 40 names include Adelie Peterson, Malcolm Evans, Delta Dorsch, Canute Broadhurst, Janice Tutine, Ariel Melchior Jr., Janice Dorothy Elsko, Sylvester McIntosh, Ruby M. Rouse, Dr. Randall James, Leona Bryant, Milton Payne, Cheryl Peterson, Christian Hendricks, Annie Deshabert, Alfred Lockhart, Ruth E. Thomas, Alvin Ali Paul, Leona Watson, Ivan Mr. Dance Boyce, Enid Barr, Irvin Brownie Brown, Jane Johannes, Dr. Atnil Adi Otley, Mildred Mami Anduz, George Bagoon O'Reilly, Helen Joseph, Philip Gerard, Eunice Tranberg, and Dr. Eugene Doc Peterson. Yesterday was significant as well. You guys heard Mr. Moda talk about my being a part and my designating a portion of Frederickstead roadway as Emancipation Drive. That was way back in 1998 when I sat on the 158th committee. The truth of the matter is that that drive have never, ever been officially named. And I want to share with the audience that one of the first things that once Governor Bryan took office, and this was not because I wasn't urging governors before him to do exactly that. I sat with the governor in his office in a meeting with other people, and I leaned into him and I said, Governor, we need to officially name Emancipation, guys. And I just want to share that at that moment and in that time, Governor Bryan never hesitated. He said to me, Carol, we're going to do it. But lo and behold, like everything else, we went through 2 years of a pandemic. But the governor kept his word. Today we have a sign, but it's temporary. So when you're driving down to Frederickstead and you're going up the drive, you could see it erected. We're going to remove that sign, and we're going to erect 2 columns that is fittingly designated to commemorate, to revere all the slaves and all who traversed that area, coming off of Melvin Evans Highway all the way to Hams Bluff. And we're going to give it the decoration, the stature, the prominence that it was intended. And so we're going to do that before July 3rd, 2023, and we'll be more than inviting everybody to be a part of that celebration as well. And so let me just go ahead and say that, and finally, that our selection here, the Committee of 9, the governor took his time to make sure there were people who, in collaboration with me, who he believed was committed to improving what we look like as a people, who was committed to continuing to preserving everything that is Virgin Islands, who are cultural, who are historical, who have ties and connections and lineage to the land, who have bonds, and who have sacrificed like those before us and are willing to continue to do so. And so today, I am honored and privileged to present to Governor Bryan, besides myself, who is the chairperson, the committee who will be representing the 175th commemoration. From my left, my right, Akeem McIntosh. Akeem is a businessman, an entrepreneur. Ms. Terry Helenice. Terry is the governor's representative in Washington, D.C. Ms. Kanuma Simmons. Kanuma, I know you've gone into a new position, but everybody knows Kanuma. She is the dancer extraordinaire. You're going to teach me to do bamboo lap dancing, right? All of us. We're going to learn it. And she, too, is an entrepreneur. Kanuma Simmons. And then we have my sister, Maureen Burke Ventura, who is an architect, and she works with Banco Popular. And absolutely, Carla Joseph, Senator Carla Joseph, the Honorable Senator, who is with us today and is a member of the committee as well and serves as the chairman of government operations. And we also have Senator Genevieve Whitaker, who serves as chairman of education, right? And workforce development. Senator Whitaker. We also have 3 members who are not with us today. They're Jelani Ritter, former Senator Myron Jackson, and Jamila Russell. Thank you, Governor. I present to you the 175th Commemoration Committee.
Thank you, Carol. Good morning, and oh yeah, I'm running a little late today. While I'm here, I would just like to publicly congratulate Emil Henderson III. The reason why we were late is we were at his investiture He's now a magistrate of the federal court, and the entire town of Frederiksted was there to wish him congratulations. So Your Honor, Judge Henderson, congratulations. You know, this is a huge week, and I'm sitting there, I'm so excited about what's taking place and my ability to make that happen. You know, often people ask me, you know, Governor, you know, what do you think will be your legacy? And unfortunately, coronavirus is a big part of what people will remember the Bryan Roach administration for. And that's why we're really looking to do things that will change the face of the Virgin Islands and develop another one. You see, one of the first things that I did as governor is I went to DC to the National Governors Association way back in 2019. And on that trip, I had the privilege of touring the African American Museum of History. As you know, it's a long, I don't know if you know, but it's a long waiting list in order to be able to go and see this masterpiece. And when we started going in there, I was blown away by the history and by the presentation of the Smithsonian and how they put this together in such a wonderful way. And I saw the slave triangle and the track across the Atlantic and them coming to America, our ancestors in all parts of the Caribbean. And then I got lost. Because you see, that track of the typical African American was not the track of us Virgin Islanders and people in the Caribbean. See, they had a different track. And it really was inspiring for me to be able, when one of my nephews came down from the States, we were discussing the Civil War, and he was talking about how they were freed by Abraham Lincoln. And I said, no. I had to correct him and say, listen, nobody didn't free us. We free ourselves here in the Virgin Islands. Yep. And it's that same fire, burn, and spirit that is in us now, the same one that drive General Bodho to move his people to a place where they could be emancipated. But although we have been emancipated, my favorite artist always say, Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And it's a mental slavery that has us trapped in what I say a region of lack of self-care and self-knowledge and self-acknowledgement as people of African origin that were displaced into the Western diaspora. And that is what is keeping us from recognizing our rich history and past, and even the present leaders who are here among us and their magnificence. So it's with great honor and pride today that I come before you to ask you to join me in celebrating 175 years of emancipation. But not just an ordinary celebration like we did 25 years ago when we did 150, but a special celebration this time. That we're going to honor 175 keepers of the flame, people who have come before us that have laid a path of prosperity for Virgin Islands and a place where people of color could feel like they could express themselves, lead and be led, and be able to participate in commerce and in civic and government activities. A fantastic gift that has been given to us in the most beautiful place in the world here in the Virgin Islands. So by doing so, it was not only enough to just name Emancipation Drive like we usually do, or put up just a single bus that causes us to remember. This time, we're going to do it right. And that is why I am going to appropriate $1 million towards this effort. And I'm going to ask my friends in the legislature to stand behind me, because emancipation certainly happened in Freedom City, Frederiksted, but it's about the entire Virgin Islands. So this year, we're going to move not only to recognize Emancipation Drive, but we're going to move to finally put brass plaques on some of these roads that we named after these culture bearers. We're going to move to put busts in places like our parks in order to honor the people who have come before us and we take great pride in. And so our children could remember that there are those who came before them, that their only look is not only to Martin Luther King, but to also Queen Matilda and to a Ruby Rouse, to know that they have come from something that is beautiful and that they too can be anything that they want to be. So this year is going to be a little different, and I'm proud to be the governor that is going to make it happen. So whether in St. Thomas, St. John, or Water Island, we are going to force our children to recognize the proud heritage that they have come from, not only for this year, but for years to come. So I want you to come with me on this journey where we will be celebrating our beautiful past and honoring not only those who have passed before, but those who are current, like the painting and the commissioning of the last two governors, Governor Mapp and Governor DeYoung, and the presentation of those paintings to the Virgin Islands people, just like we did with every governor. Today is a great week, and I want to take a special time out to say thank you to Myron Jackson, who has been an advocate of our history and culture for donkey years. I keep reminding him, I begged him not to come out of the legislature. But as you can see, we have some culture bearers picking up the slack where Myron has left it. This weekend, I think it's at 10 o'clock on Sunday in Emancipation Garden, we are going to be replacing the bust of the King, I think it's King Richard, with the bust of Bodho in the center of Emancipation Garden. They've been preparing for that all week. This is an initiative by DPNR. Also, this year, hopefully, we're going to have the passing of the Virgin Islands Park Service by the legislature. And Senator Samuel Carrion has proposed it. We have worked with him to do it. This also is the recognition of the Virgin Islanders and delineating specific pieces of land to the park, land like Maroon Ridge, where we acted on about 3 weeks ago to make sure that they recognize that 1,000 acres of that ridge has to be dedicated forever to Virgin Islanders. And other initiatives like what we're doing in terms of in Frederickstead, by looking to buy beachfront property that's being bought up where our traditional campgrounds used to be. Initiatives such as making sure that we mark out the buildings in St. Thomas and St. John where historic sites and things have taken place, and also virtually our forts and how they have participated in our history. All these are initiatives we are doing to help Virgin Islanders remember that we too come from a proud past. So I thank the commission members for joining us on this path, and I invite you to come on this journey with us. I'm sure the commission is going to need a lot of help with subcommittees, different ones for busts and different ones for events and different ones for paintings or naming of streets. So let's be positive. Let's not talk about how the names got there. If you want to take part, you step up and be a part of our proud culture. Thank you. I'll now sign the executive order that actually makes the 175th Commission a part of the office of the governor and will give them their charge to start their duties. Thank you.